trained the vine. Thank you.
Yes.
He trained the vine to grow up to the house, not touching, with lots of support. And the original house was torn down in the 30s, and they saved a piece of the foundation right over there. I'm sorry you can't see it anymore because of the growth, but there was a sign. The support of the foundation was really the only thing besides all the pipes and so forth. Anyway, the Fennels would have friends come and enjoy the vine. It was in bloom. They also had people coming from the hotels in Pasadena. You know, the wealthy in the East wintered in Pasadena. And they were approached by the American Red Cross in 1918 to have a fundraiser here on behalf of the war effort. And 12,000 people came. That was so successful that it spearheaded for years to come vine frenzy, year after year. There were booths under the vine. They sold everything from food, crafts, books, Wistaria perfume, and bath salts. And the local organizations got involved. The Chamber of Commerce, the Women's Club sold lunches with dishes that had a purple border, and their waitresses wore purple aprons. They had a clubhouse where our present fire and police facility is. They made so much money, they paid off the mortgage. Our wonderful volunteer fire department parked cars down below. What is now Sierra Meadow used to be Floral Canyon. And the people parked down there and came up the west end and entered the vine that way. And the famous came. Mary Pickford, Fritz Chrysler, Janet Lee, Norman Rockwell, and we had a royal court, and they helped pick some of the beautiful young women in Sierra. Easter sunrise services took place here. And for a few years, Estelle Fennel, when she was a widow, ran the vine. And then in 1936, she sold to Carrie Ida Lawless. Mrs. Lawless, a very, very dynamic woman, ran a business selling cosmetics in the early 1900s. She was married to Bill Lawless. He was mayor in 1928, 29. They had a green and green home on Sierra Madre Boulevard, the northwest corner. It still exists, but somebody bought the property in the 50s. They put an apartment complex on the front, kept the green and green, and put an apartment complex on the back. If you drive up Sunnyside, right in the middle of the two apartment sections, you can see the green. Anyway, she purchased the vine December 5th, 1936. This was her birthday. She wanted to give herself a gift of the largest flowering bouquet in the world. She spent a fortune on improving the property and taking care of the vine. She did not limit the vine activity to the festival. She had activity all year long. She was a patron of the arts, and she had poetry readings, musicals, art exhibits, to the disgust of the neighbors. It was constant activity. They took their complaint to the city council, and Mrs. Lawless said, well, the vine was here long before these people bought their property, and the city council did nothing, which I think was rather not very nice of Mrs. Lawless. Anyway, she dies in 1942. She had no children. She left her property, her estate, to her nephew, Bruce McGill, with some money to take care of the vine. But by 1944, the property was purchased by Richard and Marion Thayer. And by that time it was so overgrown that Dick Thayer wanted to chop it up and get rid of it. But there was a great hue and cry. They did not do that. They saved the vine and even provided money to the Thayers. Incidentally, Marion Thayer is the daughter of M. Penn Phillips. His lovely home still sits about a block north of Orange Grove. He made the cover of Time magazine because he developed property out in the desert, Victorville, that area, where people thought no one would buy homes. And he was a staunch Republican. He entertained Reagan and Nixon in this lovely mission-style house. Anyway, in 1961, Dick Thayer dies. In the settling of the estate, the property was divided in half. Marion soon remarries Ron Cook, a builder. Ron developed all this property down to what is now Sierra Meadow with homes. The vine, which originally covered over 2 acres, is about a little over an acre now. And Ron built this house here for himself and Marion. They tore down the original house in the early 30s. They sold the upper home to Joe and Maria Feeney, who raised 8 children here. Maria loved the vine. She thought it was God's gift to the world and we should share it with the public. I'm not sure what Joe felt. I was always going to rent him a hotel. Anyway, in I think 2003, the Durances bought it, and now this cameraman here, I understand, is the new owner.
Tony Held.
Tony Held?
Held, H-E-L-D.
By the 1970s, vine activity stopped. Marion didn't have it open for several years. She was then approached by the Sierra Madre Beautification Committee to open the vine one Sunday just for local residents. And they did that, and a few hundred people came each year. In 1989, Huell Hausen came to film for his 10-minute video log. Talk about the power of the media. I have a brother and sister-in-law who are living in Santa Barbara. She was standing at her sink with a television going in the connecting room, which she was not watching, and she said, "My God, that's Phyllis's voice." He came again in '92 and filmed for his California Gold. The next year, we had 6,000 people lined up for blocks. We were totally unprepared. However, the troops got organized, the Chamber of Commerce got in on the deal. We now have this wonderful festival combined with a downtown street fair.